Hello, and welcome to this short presentation on how to write a critical review. Just before we begin, there is a worksheet that accompanies this video, so pause the video and download it now from the link below. Okay, this video will really help you understand what a critical review is, what you should include, how to structure your review, what questions you should ask, and what language you can use to add effective cohesion and coherence. I'll also include an example of criticality for you to analyze, and then you'll be ready to write a critical review on your own. So, let's start at the beginning and ask the question, what is a critical review? The best way to answer this question is to take two definitions from well-known universities. I suggest you pause this slide and read through these two definitions of a critical review and highlight any keywords you think may be important. Okay, let's analyze these. In the University of Southampton definition, keywords could be a critical review has many different names. It's a detailed commentary and a critical evaluation, and your aim is to question the information and opinions in the text. In the Monash University definition, it states that it is not just a summary, it is a thoughtful consideration of the validity and accuracy of the author's claims. It considers the benefits and the limitations of the author's views. So, now we have an idea of what it is, we can now look at a possible structure. Now there are many different ways to write a critical review, and this is just one way. A critical review should usually contain 4 parts. These are an introduction, a summary of the main ideas, an evaluation, and a conclusion. So for, say, a 500-word critical response, you could have a 4-paragraph essay with each of these as separate sections like this. But, of course, there are other structures like these, where you combine the summary and the analysis together, or you combine the conclusion and the evaluation together. There are no rules, and it depends on the essay brief or individual choice. So, let's imagine we use the 4-paragraph model structure. Here, you can fill in the worksheet with these ideas. We could structure our essay like this outline with these approximate word counts. The introduction would be about 10% and should identify the text and summarize the main issues raised by the author of the text. The summary would be around 40% and should analyze the key points made in the text. Here, you may not be able to include all the points, so you will have to be selective. The evaluation should be a similar size to the summary at around 40% of the word count and should evaluate the validity of the evidence used in the text. It's important to point out that this should include the strengths and the limitations. The final section should be the conclusion of about 10% word count. This should restate or summarize your evaluation of the text and make a judgment about the credibility of the overall claims made. You should also make a recommendation on what is needed to improve the claims. Okay, so what should I evaluate? This is sometimes quite difficult for students to do as they feel they don't have the authority to do this. So these questions can be a guide to what can be evaluated. Again, here you can fill in your worksheet. you can look at significance and contribution to the field. These are things like, what is the author's aim? Has this been achieved? What does this text add to the body of knowledge? This could be in terms of the theory or the data or the practical application. You could also look at the methodology or approach the author has used. What approach was used for the research? For example, quantitative or qualitative, theoretical, comparison, case study, etc. How objective or biased is the approach? An example would be how many people were interviewed, what was the data, and where did the data come from? You can also look at argument and use of evidence. You can ask questions like, what claims are being made? Is the argument consistent? What kinds of evidence is used? Is this evidence valid and reliable? So these are the types of areas you can evaluate. The next step is what types of language or academic phrases can you use to write the evaluation section. So look at these phrases on this slide. Pause the slide and decide whether these phrases are connected to strengths or limitations. I've done the first two for you like this. Now you can use colours like me or just write S or L. Pause the slide and do the exercise. Okay, here are the answers. Please pause the slide and check. You can see there are a variety of phrases that can help to initiate your ideas cohesively. Right, so we understand now what a critical review is, how to structure a critical review, what types of areas we can evaluate, and what language we can use to connect our ideas. We can now look at an example of a critical review. This evaluation extract is taken from a TED Talk by Umman Danouni entitled How Online Marketplaces Can Help Local Economies Not Hurt Them. This is not a complete paragraph, but is being used to demonstrate evaluative language in use. Here is the evaluation paragraph from a full critical review. What I'd like you to do is analyze the paragraph and highlight the evaluative language in context. The first phrase has been highlighted for you like this, one of the strengths. Pause the slide and highlight other phrases connected to evaluation. Okay, here are some of the possible phrases you could have highlighted. The main limitation of the lecture is. However. Lacking. He fails. Several crucial questions left unanswered. Claims. This unfounded assumption. Is biased. Falls short in convincing audiences that. Okay, that's the end of the video. I hope it's been helpful for developing your understanding of a critical review. If you'd like the whole lesson that includes more critical questioning, evaluative phrases, and the full critical response, which includes an introduction, a summary, and a conclusion, then please go here. If you'd like more lessons on critical thinking, then please go here. Thank you for watching this video, and until next time, goodbye.